Hello. This is the energy report for June 12th, 2023. The sun is in the fifth line of gate 45. And so really working with the collective energy here, right? Looking at how we can gather our resources together, how we can create a better area. And this is about leadership, right? We're the Heredit in this fifth line, trying to be the knight in shining armor, but also really wanting to make sure that we are empowering people to do the work themselves and not doing the work for them. And so the key word, leadership. All gathering together must have a center and a focus. The intuitive intellect and the gift for innovation that enhances the group effort and ensures continuity through the respect of the center. The gift for expressing leadership on a material plane. A sense of right action that assumes a respect that may not yet have been earned. The drive for leadership that may not have earned the right yet. And so really making sure that we're leading, and when we are coming from a place of leading and wanting to lead and even supporting a leader, that we look at some of the attributes and that we are somebody who is doing what's best for the greater good, is coming from a place that we have the main goal, the main focus, where we're speaking with integrity. We're coming from a place of authenticity, that we are going to stand behind our word and be impeccable with that and follow through with our actions. And we do those steps. And that's what makes us a good leader, because we're willing to do the work, what we say that we want everybody else to do. And so making sure that you've earned it, that it's earned. And usually when it is earned, you just naturally step up into that leadership role and you gain that respect, because what you're saying, it makes sense, and you are coming from a place of love and from the heart, and that's going to attract naturally the people to listen to you and to want your guidance and to also help you fulfill out your dreams as they too are fulfilling out theirs. And so we also get realignment. And so making sure that every opportunity, right, we come in and we check in with the ego, really about the ego. So this is coming from the spleen. So fear, lack. And this is, I feel like what tends to happen, we can see it in movie stars when we see it when people become famous, right? They're like, oh, I'm just going to stay at this level. And then you start to, taste the fast life, the money, the riches, the things, and right. And then things start to change. And maybe your integrity starts to slip, something that sparkle, you start to find that and follow that fake sparkle rather than the sparkle that's inside, right? You start seeking everything outside. And so making sure that you allow that realignment, making sure that you are not just doing something because of that external sparkle, and more that it's really what your authority is telling you, and that it is in your alignment, and that it is feeling good, and it's the next step, and that's the next thing that you should do for the leadership, for the greater good, and not because of doing this will get you to have more followers or more people will listen to you, or it will get you to the top faster, right? Making sure that throughout the whole way, you're not falling into the fear or the lack, and you're staying in that integrity. You're staying in your alignment, honoring yourself, honoring your truth, honoring the greater good as well, because and just leaning into that trust, knowing that when we are coming from the heart and we are trying to go after the greater good and help the greater good, and we want to see all people rise, right? We should want everybody to rise with us. It already is a lonely up here, and we want more people to come along, right? And so how can we share our resources, gather our resources, and then also and share them in this leadership way, and teach and educate so that we can rise together. We can be the spirit of the bear. The spirit of the bear, and the frequency of 396. It's such a beautiful card. The spirit of the bear. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. So here we are going to constantly step into our realignment. We are going to constantly come from a place of love, because we are leaving this fear and this guilt behind. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you're going to merge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. The frequency of 396 is a deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart frequency of the Universal Mother, protecting her young, deflecting negativity, and refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warnings lest they wander too far from their authentic path. But she does also encourage the child to learn who they are, to courageously explore their world, and to enjoy their freedom. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, the divine mother energy in the soul is loving, protective, available, and kind. This inner mother love enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging, and home. In the connection with the inner divine mother, we feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand what we need, and we value ourselves enough to live in a way that our needs are met. We recognize that we matter, not more than any other, but enough to feel self-love and self-respect. We can connect to our authentic life path because we feel worthy of it. This nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls which keep love out due to past abandonment and betrayal. When we're more open to life and the path to fruition becomes more accessible and direct. When we connect with our authentic path, we access the abundance of spiritual support available to us and to make most spiritual progress. That guidance may arise as a no or a not right now or a yes and go for it. When we're in the heart, we can clearly sense such guidance and we can take comfort in it rather than fight against it. As we let go of our defense systems, disabling fear and guilt running our lives, and instead deal with the occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed, we stop fearing that we will never have what we genuinely want and need. We realize that we are loved and we know how to love, and we are naturally and innately beings of love. Yes, letting go of that fear, that lack mentality, and leaning in and trusting and knowing that we are protected, that when we stay in our heart, when we're coming from pure love and joy and just wanting to thrive and better ourselves and do the things to heal ourselves and nurture ourselves, and as opposed to poisoning and killing ourselves, right? Then we will be supported. That energy will we'll experience it in the external. And so this frequency helps the body ground. It helps the mind settle into the body rather than constantly fighting from one possibility to the next, creating excitement, but also excess nervous energy. It helps the body and the mind play nicely with each other, supporting each other. And then your mind won't be continuously hankering over the body, leaving it feeling bad about itself, tired, or unhappy. In these ways, 396 frequency help reconcile the push and pull of the competition interest, the integrating the awareness of the heart and providing a clear pathway to the resolution of where it's working together as one higher purpose. This frequency harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear totem. It encourages our natural ability to find the sweetness in life necessary to sustain hope and heal our hearts. Spirit Bear connects us to the restorative power of hibernation, that deep rest of body and mind. If you're highly strung and like many modern people find it hard to relax the body and the mind, Spirit Bear brings the comfort and the encouragement to allow this to happen. It's the mind that we were the cave for as if the mind were in the cave for renewal, safe from the predators and the external forces, undisturbed and able to rest. This oracle urges you to go within, where there's tremendous healing force awakening, giving it the time and the space it needs to do to work best for you. And yes, this spirit bear aligned with this realignment card, leaving our spleen, right? Letting us know that when we come from the heart, when we trust, when we speak authentically, and we are just who we are, that's going to be the best way that we can lead. We can lead that way, and then everybody's going to start coming from their heart, and everybody's going to start dropping the fear and leading with love. And that is going to be the biggest ripple, the biggest shift, the biggest change for humanity once we all start coming from our heart. It all starts with us. Much love.